giving your dad an edible. I don't know if they care
That's a
about
good story to start with.
Yeah.
The first podcast
your
back.
digestion.
Okay. Well,
Get going on it.
my dad, I think he's just about 60 years old. Never. He's maybe been.
Pete didn't even know we were recording.
No.
Oh,
He had no idea.
Okay. Well, he's been. He's smoked with me a couple times, but he the other night he didn't want to go out because it was cold, and he was like, "Can I just have an edible?" And I was like, "Sure," but this is 10 milligrams.
Are we allowed to talk about this on here?
I think it's legal. I mean,
okay. All right. Yeah.
he's never had an edible, and he's only smoked, like I said. So I gave him 10 milligrams, and I was like, "You probably should eat half of this. It's your first time taking an edible." He goes, "No, this stuff probably doesn't affect me." And I go, "Okay, eat the whole thing, man." So he eats the whole thing,
Whatever floats your boat, man.
and
Already got to get
I left
water.
him. Yeah, you go ahead, Cottonmouth. So I left him on the couch by himself, and then my mother also left him. So this guy is now sitting by himself in his own head.
On Mars.
Not yet, though. And, like, before I left, I shook his hand and I said, "Hey, Godspeed tonight."
Godspeed.
That's literally what I told him. I said, "Godspeed, space traveler," and I let him go. And he's like, "This is not going to do anything." And then the next morning, I'm making some breakfast for my parents, being a nice son, you know.
I think we need to get. Sorry to interrupt. I think we need to get one of those tables that comes down here so I can like look at you.
Why don't we just turn this table long ways and then you sit at the head and me and Peter are next to you?
I'm the boss.
Yeah, you sit at the head. Can we? Should we do that?
Yeah, but that kind of stinks for the draft, which is coming up though, because the TV's right
it's
here.
just the table. Then we move it back.
Yeah, we could.
We can literally, after this story, we can pause it and then we can restart, but we can just move it and then we just be in different
Nah,
configuration.
it's gonna change everything on here though. The monitor. Oh, there's so many cords.
Yeah, but they won't. Okay.
Continue.
Next episode. Yeah,
we need like an attachment,
okay, like a leaf.
like
That's what it's called.
like those baby chair, like the high chair, where there's
Wait,
a table that comes out.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, I was with you until
Not
you talked
like-
about the high, you want to sit in a high chair?
Yeah, but something like that, where it's like an attachment on it. But I don't even know. You go on with your story.
Yeah, I mean, I think the table would need to be capable of handling that, unless we're just going to drill into the table.
I have
That's
no
bold.
idea what you guys are talking
All right,
about.
I'm kind of off here. So, I give him the edible. We leave. I'm next morning making breakfast. My mom is there. My dad nowhere to be found. We don't know where he's at.
It's on Mars, dude.
So, all of a sudden, it's like 10 o'clock, and he comes moseying on down. So he comes down. He just looks like he was hit by a train. And I'm just like, "Hey, man, how was your night?" And he's just like, "Sparkles."
Sparkles? That's what he said?
Yeah, and I was like, "What is
He was like, it's like Jonathan Gannon, like Rondale Moore. Like, pew, 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 fireworks.
all he told me, sparkles. And I was like, "What does that
Is he
mean?"
still seeing sparkles?
And he's like,
Fireworks.
"I couldn't see anything but sparkles." And I was like, "What is wrong with you?" He's like, "I was trying to watch this movie and I couldn't even see anything because it was just sparkles everywhere."
He's Jonathan Gannon.
And
Pew, pew, pew.
I never
Jonathan
can give him an
Gannon took
edible, again.
before.
Yeah, we're on to it. You caught him.
I think it's a good strategy. He probably took it to try and calm him down before he got in front of the press and had to do his interview. And
But that's
everything like
bold.
that.
That's
pretty
bold. The amount of times I've been just cooked and about 2 words into my sentence, I completely forget what I'm saying. Like if you watch the draft video from 2 years ago, I was baked.
Which
And
video?
The draft video, I think it was the Daniel Jones draft. How many years ago was that? However many. But
2 years ago. No, that was long.
It-
Are
no,
you
it
baked
was-
right now?
no, not yet. I'm saving it for when I
4
get
years
home.
ago?
It was. I don't know which one it was, but it was.
Well, yeah, he was about to be a free agent.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it had to be then. It had to be longer ago. Wow, man. I've fried my brain, I think.
Time's flying, man.
Yeah,
It's flying.
dude. I think I finished the story.
Sparkles?
Yeah, he just saw sparkles all night long, and I don't really know where he was. He didn't know where he was at.
So you didn't know if you wanted to start with that story or what? What was the other one?
Well, the other one's like a real. It's like a real. It's more serious than that. I guess I've been trying to fix my digestion,
Okay.
which is a problem. Been a problem for years. So I've been pumping a lot of fiber
Pumping the fiber.
because
Make you poop?
yeah, make me poop. Because like in my head anyway, this is a very dumb way to think, but I think it makes sense. It's like it's impossible to be overweight or fat with a high fiber diet, and I think that kind of makes sense in my head. It might not be true,
I don't think it's true. I think you
but it
can really,
makes sense
like,
in my head.
If you doubled down on the fiber, you're already pounding it. If you doubled that pounding, I think you probably could be fat.
You don't understand. I put fiber in my coffee. I put fiber.
Like just straight fiber?
It's flavorless powder. So I just like throw it in my coffee, and I have a coffee every morning and every night. So I throw it in both of those, and I throw it in my oats in the morning.
Why do you have a coffee at night?
Decaf. It's me,
Metcalf?
decaf, Metcalf. I've been doing it since I was a little child. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So what is fiber supposed to? What is the fiber supposed to do for you?
I was
what are the
hoping it would
benefits?
fix my stomach. It didn't. It's been about 4 months, and it's not really helping me. I mean, I'm losing weight. I've lost probably 10 pounds, if not more, and since like December.
Okay.
And so I feel great that way. You know, I feel good in the gym and all that kind of stuff.
Nice, good.
But
Good
you
to
know,
hear.
the dumpage is still not that great.
The dumpage.
The dumpage.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to start with a probiotic and see how that goes. You know what I mean?
Probiotic. All right.
It's rough. It's rough getting old.
Well,
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have an update next week.
Well, I mean, I think I need a little more. One dosage of the. It's not even in yet. I ordered it. It's not in.
Oh, well,
Well, you ordered the probiotic.
Yeah, it's not in yet.
Maybe some enzymes. You try some enzymes.
I used to try enzymes, but those kind of backed me up. That was dangerous.
It backed you up.
Oh yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah. See, if I take too many probiotics, those back me up.
Yeah, that's what. Oh no, enzymes different. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's different.
If I go on
I don't take
vacation, I can't go
anything.
poop. If I could be on a vacation for like a month and I just won't go to the bathroom, my body won't let me.
What's
It's
going
terrible.
on?
It's terrible.
Wait, if you go on vacation?
Yeah, if I'm not at my house, I can't poop.
Yeah, I don't know if that might be a lot of people might be like that. Well, if
Is
you go
that
on
normal?
vacation, then and you're staying at a place, the same place every night, you can't go.
No,
Oh, that's
No shot.
that's a little
no shot.
odd then.
Yep, it's bad.
People are probably wondering when we're going to talk about football, though.
Oh,
That's-
speaking of
that's-
football, I don't want to just keep yapping.
You're on a roll
I'm
here.
on a roll
Go
here, but
ahead.
I've been thinking about Anthony Richardson, guys, and
You been thinking about him?
not good
How
things.
long? How long? Oh, not good.
Not
things.
good things,
Oh,
guys.
no.
No. It's more. I'm just a little frustrated.
Where do you think about him though? Like while you're in the tub, or
Well, I don't really go in the tub, but I did shower, so I thought about him in the shower, but
good.
not like not in that way.
Oh.
Thought about him at work all day, as I was driving around town.
so now you got to let it out.
Right, and I needed to vent and just get it out,
Let's
but
hear it.
it kind of it's about both Justin Fields and Anthony
It
Richardson.
has to be
Okay.
Justin Fields.
Right. So, because like they're similar style players.
Okay,
Right?
yeah.
If we're not, everyone can see that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that people are out of their mind if they think that Anthony Richardson has more arm talent than Justin Fields. I think that's just berserk. And the fact that like there was even talk about trading Justin Fields, all this stuff, but yet there's this talk about Richardson potentially like going even higher than we thought. I think it's just I can't stand the Justin Fields slander.
The slander.
It's disgusting.
Well, there's been a few people on Twitter recently that have ranked Justin Fields very high among the NFC quarterbacks. Those
Bears fans.
They're Bears guys, yeah. But
means nothing. But he is good. I'm not saying Anthony Richardson is bad. I'm just saying let's just go arm talent.
Like you're combining, or is it just the arm
Just
strength?
arm talent.
You know, arm strength and accuracy, both.
Both. The combination of just arm talent, the throws he can make, the throwing on everything that has to do with throwing. There is no shot he's better than Justin Fields in those categories. Just no shot. Maybe scrambling, yeah, maybe, but even then, Justin Fields is not bad at scrambling. We saw that last year.
Yeah. Well, I kind of agree in a way, but yeah, Richardson still a prospect. I mean, Fields is still very young, but Richardson limited starts even in college, so it is maybe with more time, maybe he could be there.
But why? Like, I don't get the whole how he's being like potentially thrown around as could be the number one pick. Like we don't know yet.
Yeah, he's
It's
not.
like
gonna be.
that's ridiculous. It's
Well,
ridiculous.
that would be ridiculous. Number one, I think between Justin Fields and Anthony Richardson, I think they both can run. They both got strong arms. I think where maybe Richardson could be better than him is his ability to like get the ball out quicker. I think they have similar in terms of arm strength, in terms of accuracy. Yeah, Fields is definitely more accurate with the ball placement for sure. But I think where Richardson has upside, that's what I've talked about this on the channel before. It's something that grinds my gears. Like it really grinds my. We probably need to have a grind my gears segment on the podcast.
We're doing it right now.
We're doing it right now. Because people will say, what do they say about Anthony Richardson? He's got so much upside. Like, why are people saying that? Like, they're saying it's because he's big and fast, right? That's like
how big is he?
6'4", 244.
Oh, that's a big dude.
6'4", 244, very fast, very athletic, very explosive. But people say he has all this upside because he's this athletic freak. I don't think that's why he has the upside. I think that's kind of like lazy take. Like every athletic quarterback's got tremendous upside because they're athletic. I think that's BS. I think it's because of his potential arm talent, because he does have moments from the pocket where he can sling it. It's a good timing on the throw. It's a really good ball. He makes some like wow throws that not too many guys even in the NFL can make. There's not enough of them right now, but he has that in him. And I think that's why he has the upside, because of his potential, his upside in the pocket as a passer. I think him being athletic, being able to move is like a bonus. That is not why he has the upside, though. So I think there's a lot of people that love Richardson. I think it's either you love him or you don't like him. And the people that have him as a top 2 quarterback, they believe he'll be something special, which those people could end up being right. But if they're out there saying he's going to be something special because he's this big athletic freak, I think that's wrong. I think that you're wrong even if you're right. You know what I'm saying? I think that's not why. I think if he ends up being good is if he figures it out from the pocket, and kind of those flashes that he shows, there ends up being more of that. That's what's going to make him something else. So I think those people that are saying it's because the physical specimen that he is, I think they're wrong either way. But he's got to clean up the footwork a little bit. Throws on his toes, I noticed quite a bit. The feet work.
I like how they talk about, like how you're saying the whole athleticism thing is just weird and makes no sense. It's like
it's part of it. It's something.
It's part of it, 100%. But like there's so many guys that just aren't top tier athletes that are good quarterbacks.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, look at him. He's like, and it's like when you're there, everyone talks about some guy being an athlete, and then it's like, well, the running quarterback style can't be sustained. You're like, so what is it? What is it? Why he has all this upside to be a quarterback that's not sustainable? It makes no sense. There's so many different like draft criteria that they throw people in. It's just they counter. What is the word? Pete, you're the smart guy. Come on.
That's what you're here for.
Pete, what's the word, Pete?
Contradict.
Contradict.
Yeah,
Thank
I don't
you.
know what you're looking for.
See, you're not the smart one.
I'm
anymore,
the smart
Pete.
one.
I know what you're trying to say really there, but
I was just saying there's so many different categories when you're looking at draft prospects.
I just didn't know the word you were looking for.
What's the word?
What's the word?
Pete, how are you liking your Titans offseason so far?
It's interesting, it's gonna be. It's still. I mean, I still don't really know what to expect.
How they have not
in.
even made a clear line in the sand as if they're going full rebuild or not.
Yeah,
that's what's weird to me, and we're approaching the draft.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting what they decide to do. I mean, I think like anything's really possible with the draft. I think they don't need to draft like for need. They could just draft like best player available, and doesn't matter.
BPA.
Doesn't matter.
BPA.
Doesn't matter who they have on their roster, right? I don't know. Like,
right.
We were just talking about today. We were just joking around. You were saying that Bijan is gonna go to a team that we just didn't expect at all.
Yeah, that's kind of my bold prediction.
What if the Titans just took him? Like, what if the Titans were just like, we're a run-first team. We're always going to be a run-first team under Vrabel. Henry's getting up there. Like, what if we just take Bijan and just trade Henry and we just give it to Bijan 30 times a game?
I can see it because I can't see it.
Yeah.
That's my situation with Bijan. Like, I think I've said it before in a video too. Like, I could be wrong, but we mock even myself. Like, I don't know where to mock him sometimes. And like the teams that could use a running back, the Chargers with the Eckler situation, they probably can use one anyways. With Kellen Moore there, and they want to run the ball more effectively, especially on the inside. The Cowboys get mentioned a bit. The Eagles get mentioned a bit. I mean, teams that could use a running back and value the running back position or value having a good running back. But I've got a feeling that Bijan's going to go somewhere where none of us are expecting. Like a team that doesn't really need a running back right now. Had to use the air quotes. Nerd.
Do you think there's more
Huge
teams
nerd.
that are their strategy is BPA? More teams than not. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there more teams that are going to go?
Here's the thing, though. Like, people keep saying, I keep seeing it too. Like, people are saying like teams are going to have Bijan like at the top of their board. Like,
I'm going to make my big board. I still got
best player available, but they're not going to take him though.
Yeah.
What's the point then of doing
I know.
it makes no sense.
Well, I guess the position. Like,
then you're not doing best player available.
I guess you're not then.
Position should not matter. If you're going best player available, position doesn't matter.
I don't know if teams really make a board like top 50 players in the draft, and they have like well, they have it like in positions. And I don't even know if they do that. I think a mistake a lot of teams make is kind of making up their mind before the draft. I think that's a mistake that a lot of teams, the teams picking early in the first round, don't make that mistake because you should make up your mind pretty much because you know what's going to happen. But there's teams like picking in the middle of the first, for an example, and they run through so many mocks, and this guy never drops to them, and that guy never drops to them. So let's focus on. Because you kind of do it by accident when you're watching film. You kind of have an idea, okay, this guy's probably going to be there. This guy, that guy, probably going to be there when we're picking. And you end up falling in love with those guys because they think they're going to be there. And that's kind of where your focus is at. And every single draft, there's always surprising, like, good players that drop. And they're not expected to be there. And the team kind of already made up their mind on player B, and they take him. Or maybe sometimes they trade down and take him. But I think that's kind of a mistake. Sometimes it works out, but I think that's a mistake some teams make, is kind of making up their mind and being too confident on who will come off the board beforehand. And some teams go off need. I'm more of a best player available type of guy because you don't want to pass on a all-pro level talent.
I'm waiting
But
for
the answer.
I think that's hilarious when teams just like during the draft. This is just kind of just random, but teams just throw in the tape real quick, like while they're on the clock. Like,
Yeah,
like
I haven't
Wait,
seen that.
teams do that?
It's kind of an old thing. I don't think it happens
Yeah, I don't
anymore.
know.
You'll see like the footage from war rooms, like from way back, and there was teams that did that. It's
like,
probably
you didn't
been
have
some
You
time.
didn't have your mind made up.
Yeah, the
before
tape
this?
should be all watched by
Yeah,
then.
I think they'll show on NFL Network like behind the scenes of old drafts. I think that's a really old thing. Like
Just
guy,
throw the tape in.
Yeah, throwing the tape
on
on.
the clock. I'm like, are we sure about this guy?
yeah,
It's like, well, you see this player
let me
on this
throw-
third and
I've
long.
actually seen that though. Like I've seen that. It's
Let me
been
throw the
it's
tape
been
in.
a bit. It's been a bit, but that's pretty rough. But I do think there's more teams that draft best player available. But there are some stupid teams out there.
Some idiots.
There's some idiots.
Well, I mean, there's teams that I think
Will value.
I think they'll value
My
scheme.
elbow, a little red.
You all right?
I don't feel anything.
They'll value the scheme fit. Like they'll rank players really high because they fit their scheme. Even though when say they take them, it's like the Patriots always, right? You're always like, who the hell are the Patriots drafting here? But it's because they're rated high on their board because they fit the scheme.
They fit
really
the
well.
Belichick way.
Yeah. It's just kind of how it is. But
And they
Yeah.
hit on so many.
That's the issue. That's an issue though, because the coaches don't really last too long in the NFL. So if you're a GM, you're like, all right, we're gonna go for that coach. Our coach's scheme fit. We might be firing that coach after the season or after next season, and then hey, is he a scheme fit? We passed on the best player available for scheme fit. That's a little bit of a mess too. That's why I'm just all for just best player available. But I understand if like a guy just completely does not fit, like this guy is not going to work at all, like okay, then I kind of understand. But I don't know if that's really the case when it comes to the first round players.
It's weird because like we here at the Goat House, we've always been you can't be afraid to get better.
Right.
That's our philosophy as a crew here when we're looking at teams. But yet there's so many teams that just like will hold on to the wrong coach. Will hold on to the wrong coach for way too long because they just don't want to fire him. And it's just like, what are we doing here? We're just going to keep running in circles and just being average. It's like, look at the Cowboys. They're never after
They're
last
above
year.
average though.
After last year, remember my whole blow up with them? Never taking them again in an important game. Never.
Did you pick him against the Niners?
I think I did. that. I think there was something
I mean, they
that
could have
happened.
won that game, but Dak was blowing it kind of.
I don't get it. I do not. There's some teams like that I just don't get.
They can't get over the hump. The Vikings can't do it.
Can't do it. Like I don't. What's going on with Rodgers too? Like, is he traded or not?
Not yet. I saw a report today that it could happen during the draft. The report
What?
like 2 weeks ago was like it was close. It's going to happen before the draft. Now it's close. It might happen during the draft. I don't know.
it's not
someone
far,
swoop
draft's
in?
not far away.
Yeah,
It's
it was
less
3 weeks yesterday.
Yeah, 3 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah, I've been watching the film like crazy. I'm trying to get through it.
What if the Patriots just swoop in, throw Mac Jones in there?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to trade him. I heard that talk. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, well, they got what's his name?
Zappy.
Zappy. They want to revive that magic.
They got
again.
Bill O'Brien in there, Bama connection. They're going Mac Jones.
Have to.
They're going with
Zappy.
Mac.
No, they're going Zappy. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm guys. You heard it here first. The Bears are going to the playoffs.
No, they're not.
Okay, yeah, they are.
They're still in rebuild. They're still in rebuild.
They are going to be. How many close games they lose last year? They sucked. They had a terrible offense last year. Terrible.
I know they're going to still get better through the draft, but right now, like, are they that much different than last year?
They lost so many close games last year, and they were not good. On their roster.
Yeah, that's not how it works, though. You don't take, they lost so many close games, so they're going to win those games this year. They're going to play a whole different schedule. It's a whole new season.
But I'm looking at, they lost a bunch of close games with limited to no skill on, like, in their position players on offense.
I mean, they have more skill now, but as of that, like, getting
Yes.
DJ Moore's good?
Yes. Claypool's going to have a year. It's his first offseason.
We don't really know that, though.
He's going to be better
I'm
than
rooting
last
for
year.
the guy. Oh, he should be. Fields got to give him the ball.
Better
but
than Pettis. Like, there's so many, like, improvements that there's so many different, like, areas where they have improved. I mean, they've
Well, the
stepped
linebacker
down.
unit looks good, but how good could that linebacker, like, could TJ Edwards play like he did on the Eagles? Could Tremaine Edmonds play like he did on the Bills behind the Bears? Probably the worst defensive line on paper at the moment in football. It's going to be difficult.
Right, but right now that's both defensive line and offensive line is their biggest need across the board.
They got to do it.
You can do that. You can handle
win
that all
trenches.
in the draft. You can handle that very much so in the draft. There's still veteran guys available. Like, they can still do that.
And what I'm waiting to see is Fields. Like, could he take another step up? Which he should, because the weapons are better. But I don't think the issue with him was really the talent around. Like, of course, better talent around him. And the talent wasn't good last year, so I'm not trying to say it was good and he was blowing it. Not at all what I'm trying to say. But, his issue was just getting the ball out on time and reading defenses and going through his progressions. He kind of takes too long to do that. And I guess if a guy like DJ Moore is open right away, that definitely helps. But that really processing everything, the speed of processing needs to be faster, and that could be. It could help with the talent. It may not. Usually it's really not a talent thing, but
I mean, we don't know if, like, maybe his reads are slower because he had these receivers that just can't get open.
yeah.
Like, that's going to slow down anything. He's not really getting protected. Like, sure, he has happy feet. Like, I don't understand. He has that same thing where kind of as soon as he feels a little bit, he might not even have pressure on him. When he feels it, he just goes. And when he goes, it's not even like he runs. I'd be fine if he just goes. He just, like, thinks, you can see him thinking, and he, like, scrambles and thinks there's another option out there, but it's like, no, if you don't see your option, just go.
It's a good point, though. You see him thinking. That's like exactly what the issue is right now.
Yeah.
But sometimes that doesn't really change a whole lot with quarterbacks for some reason. So that's what you want to see. Can he – because he has the arm talent and the athletic talent. We know that. He has the size. He has all that. Like, the talent's – like, I've seen people – it was more at the end of the year, like, on people on Twitter, what do you call it, when they – every other letter is, like, capitalized, and it's like they're basically tweeting what other people are saying, right? How do you explain that? They're
Subtweeting, kind of.
I don't know if that's a good way. I'm not sure, but they're basically
They're impersonating a dumb person.
they're impersonating a dumb person. Like, and I've seen a bunch of Bears people saying with that, like, lettering, like, Justin Fields can't throw, and it shows a clip of Fields bombing the ball. Like, it's a bomb, it's a good throw. But that's not what people are saying when they're saying he can't throw. It's more of, like, the processing and getting the ball out in time and being a good passer. It's more than just the arm talent. No one's saying he doesn't have the arm talent, so that's where people get a little confused there. But
It's not like it's something he struggled with in college. So it's like it's just something that he's trying to make this next step in the NFL.
yeah. Well, the negative in college was the processing speed.
But it's gonna. I mean, the guy's gonna figure it out. The guy is just endless amounts of talent. He knows that he can throw a ball. He can throw a ball accurately. He can throw a ball deep.
A quarter mile.
He literally can
Quarter mile?
probably.
Over those mountains over there.
Those mountains.
It's just, I don't know. The slander on Justin Fields is just, to me, is just out of this world. It makes
Out
no
of
sense.
control.
Well, you got people that just like, all right, he's not good, he's not going to be good. And then you got people, mainly Bears people, that are like, he's good now. He's going to be really good. It's guaranteed. Like, I think we got to meet in the middle a little bit here.
I'm in the camp of, like, he has all the skills, and in my head, it's like it's always been get him the weapons and the protection, and then let's see what he can do. Like, I'm not saying he's good, but I'm saying this is the first season that we're going into, and we're not even fully done with the offseason. We're not even at the draft yet, but this is the first season where, as a Bears fan, for me, I'm excited because he has the most weapons he's ever had.
Well, you got to be excited.
He's got the best protection he's ever had. Like, all this stuff, everything around him so far before the draft has gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he sucks this year, then there's a problem. But I don't see him taking a step back. I think
Well,
he's
if you
only
don't
gonna
get
step
better,
forward.
you kind of take steps back.
Can't be afraid to get better.
No,
Right.
that's not really what I'm saying. But if you don't get better, I've kind of said this for a long time, you almost get worse. Like young quarterbacks at this point, there's been a million of them. Like, I mean, Bortles went to the AFC Championship at one point, and he was starting to look like he might be decent, but like, there's just one of many examples, and Fields isn't not going to be Bortles, but like those young quarterbacks, they don't all of a sudden get worse at football. They're just not getting better. Where more film comes out, more teams like figure out how to beat them. So you have to get better to be able to kind of stay alive. And because if you stay the same, you'll almost get worse. But they're not losing talent, especially at that age.
He's but it's like it's such a weird situation because like I can't stand Twitter sometimes. I mean, I
Some
hate it
idiots
so
on there.
much. I hate it so much. I'll read into things and just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? The same people saying we should have traded him. We make this trade. Now you're like all up in arms. This is DJ Moore. Oh my God! It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You just said he should be traded. What's going on? I don't know. I'm just sick and tired of it. It's like I want the season to start so bad, so bad.
Draft's not even here. The draft's
No,
the best.
I'm ready for the season, Pete.
Well, I'm ready for the draft.
I'm ready for the draft. I'm
season.
excited. I'm excited just to see how it seems like it's not even just for my team. I just think that the draft, it's always unpredictable, but it's gonna be really unpredictable this year. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
There's gonna be some wild stuff going down.
Wild stuff. Yeah, I
Like,
love.
is Lamar Jackson gonna get dealt? During the draft, or
I don't think so.
I mean, I think it might be. I think it's more of an after the draft, or he's gonna get signed by the Ravens. But it's just gonna be wild.
I don't get that situation at all. Like, at all. It makes no sense to me.
What doesn't make sense to you?
Like, what's the problem?
Have
He's
you been-
good. What's the
The
problem?
Ravens are.
Does he want more money?
Simple.
It's really simple. Yeah, I mean the Ravens, they have all the leverage right now. Like they literally just they put that non-exclusive tag on them, and like teams are afraid. People think the teams are afraid to like make an offer because
It's two firsts, right?
Yeah, teams are not afraid because of like his injury concerns. I don't think. I think they're just they don't want to put the work in to make that contract offer and just make it easier for the Ravens. Like they just know like as soon as they make
I don't know if I really agree with that.
as soon as they make the contract offer, like the Ravens are just gonna be like, okay, we're gonna do the same thing, unless it's like outrageous. Like then they'll just.
I don't know if that's how teams are thinking. Like if they want him, they would make the contract offer. Why not?
He's the one. He's another slander. Like this offseason, just like how many guys are getting slandered that just don't make sense.
If they wanted Lamar, they would contact Lamar like, all right, would you agree to this that we have in mind? And they'd be like, no, all right, see ya. Or maybe, let's work on it.
Maybe he is talking to these teams and he's just asking for.
I think it's the injury, really. Well, at first, I think Lamar Jackson's not going to fit everybody. Everyone always wondered why the Ravens have Greg Roman as there. He got ripped so much, and why they run that offense with they focus with they have so much focus on the tight ends and running the football. It's a very unique scheme that really fits Lamar Jackson's skill set. I think he can fit other schemes, but it's a little bit of a mystery. Do you pay a guy that much money and put that much guarantees up there? So that's the one thing, but I do think he would fit teams like the Falcons under Arthur Smith's system, which is going to be a little bit different, but he's really good at getting the quarterbacks out in space. I think it would work, but maybe a team like the Falcons, that's where the injury comes into play. Like this guy is demanding this much guaranteed money, and it's a lot of money. Do we just give that out to a guy that was hurt the last 2 years, and the Ravens were hurt because of that,
So you think it is the injury?
I think the injury is the biggest part of it. And I think I think the injury is the biggest is number one. Number two is like scheme fit because he's not your drop back. He can throw from the pocket, but he's not gonna play the Mahomes offense, the Josh Allen. He's not gonna be like that, which everyone's on the hunt for. They rather keep trying in the draft and striking out. It's how the teams work. They want a guy on that rookie contract, and then to build around him. That's what everyone's goal is. So
I think that's part of it too. Is like teams like these teams at the top of the draft
that
like
need
the
a quarterback.
Colts,
They're ready to reset.
Like the Colts
They're ready
to that's why like everyone's like, why aren't they going for Lamar Jackson? Well, like you just said, I think they'd rather go on and get a guy on a rookie contract and like
trust their evaluation
and see if they can hit the jackpot and get a guy who's got really good talent and they could just build around and spend money around and then that's their Super Bowl window.
I think that, the injury, the scheme fits up there. Another thing is, I mean, Lamar is just coming off his rookie deal right now. So he was a draft prospect, 5 years ago? And in that draft, we all thought he was going to be good. Like, we all thought, as a prospect, we all thought he was really good. He was easily a first rounder. I had him top 10. And then he drops to the 32nd pick or whatever. So that means that many teams did not think he was a first-round quarterback, because if he was, he would have went earlier in that. Now, not every team, but you get the point. So those teams who still, not all of them, but a lot of them still have the same scouts, GMs, coaches maybe. Again, not all of them, but they still probably had the same thinking. People still go off their evaluations, like their scouting evaluations. So that is also a big factor. Like, he's still probably that same guy that was like a prospect not too long ago. It's not like we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, who's been in the league for how many years, or or like Patrick Mahomes, if he were to become available, because he's been proven like he's the best in football. Like, it's a little bit different of a situation. It's a unique situation. These types of guys are rarely ever available, so we kind of get to see. I mean, Kirk Cousins was a big one at the time, but that's like your pro-style pocket passing quarterback that's very durable as anyone. And so there was gonna be teams interested. He's not Lamar Jackson, but there's gonna be teams interested.
I just don't like. It's so weird to me that, like, how could if it is the guaranteed money aspect, like, how could he just not? I don't understand. Like, you were hurt. Like, if I was hurt the last 2 years, I'm gonna completely understand why a team doesn't want to give me all this guaranteed money. It's gonna make perfect sense in my head.
Watson.
Yeah, but he wasn't coming off, he was coming off like
he tore his ACL twice.
Right, but every time he came back and his performance was still there.
Yeah, and Lamar's performance is still there when he's playing.
Well,
I'm just taking the argument from his side. Like, he probably thinks.
But 2 out of his 5 years.
Deshaun Watson tore his ACL twice. He's been in trouble. Like, I've never been in trouble. How come he's getting all this guaranteed money and I'm not getting this guaranteed money? Like, why? I would do the same thing too. Like,
right,
if I thought
Wayne Lamar, like, put yourself in Lamar's shoes on the field too. There's been some games where if it wasn't for him, the Ravens are not winning that game because he put the team on his back with like very little receivers and he ran all over teams. He made clutch throws. I remember his primetime games like recently, that were like that, where he's just the guy's got to be dead. Like, he's got to be gassed. And just him like remembering that, I mean, like, all right, because this is my team. This is what I can do, and we get to the playoffs when I'm healthy and in that zone, so I'm deserving of the money because the way I play, I do more. Maybe he thinks he does more, which you can argue that than quarterbacks. I mean, I wouldn't say Mahomes, but like other top quarterbacks, like maybe he thinks he does more just because he has more to his game. Maybe he does more for his team.
They went to the playoffs without him.
Yeah, but they needed him.
They do need him. But now it's like they're at a point with how active he's been on Twitter. I can't see him going back. That'd be so awkward.
I don't know. I mean, I think Harbaugh, I don't know, he makes it seem like they want him back, but but they're still doing their research on quarterbacks in the draft right now because they have no idea what's going to happen either.
This is just an ugly situation. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why. Like you said, he's the reason they win certain games. The whole situation to me confuses me.
But yeah, do they think they can find another one and win some games? They felt like they can win games with Tyler Huntley if they find just something better than
Pro Bowl or Tyler Huntley.
Yeah. They find something a little better in Tyler Huntley. Do they think they can win games? They save money and they can use the money because they couldn't really do anything in free agency. Who'd they sign? Nelson Aguilar. Like, they couldn't really do anything because they're waiting on Lamar's situation. And then if they pay him long term, they just paid Roquan long term. If they pay him long term, that could limit them. They have space. They could do other things. It's not just sign Lamar long term and they can't do anything in the future. That's not the case. But
they're acting like they have no money.
Well, right now I'm talking about like long term. They're going to be like, if they sign Lamar to that big deal, they're going to be able to make other moves in the future, but it's going to limit them. So do they stay put where they draft? What is it, 22? They take a guy like Hendon Hooker and they feel like, yeah, he's not as good as Lamar. I mean, he's a different player, but like, we get better than Tyler Huntley and we save a bunch of money and we can spend it elsewhere. We can make the whole roster better. Then I could see that. Might be a decent decision, actually. I don't know.
It's weird because, like, he's good. He's really good. But he doesn't have that like make other people around him better, like in a way like a Mahomes makes like a lot of receivers that aren't top tier receivers look good. Rodgers does the same thing. Like Lamar Jackson wins games himself. Like he doesn't obviously he hasn't really had crazy talent around him, but still the great quarterbacks raise everyone. And I don't know, he just kind of doesn't. Maybe it's the offense they run, the style he plays. It just, I again still think he's very good and definitely has a place in this league. But I don't know. It's a interesting situation.
We can just think about the brick wall behind us.
I kind of like it.
It's a nice brick.
I don't know if I like it.
I kind of like how like animated it is.
Yeah, I mean the graphics guy. Can we take a second for the graphics guy and just talk about how much of a piece of shit he is?
No, no, we're not going to do that.
He's always messing up. And we got this brick wall. I don't know if I'm feeling the brick wall.
Can I do this
Yeah.
coaches thing?
The coaches?
Yeah, let me do this.
We're a little late on this, but
I'm confident. I think I can get them all.
you get all these coaches.
I think I can get them all.
Did you study?
No. I was paying attention as we've been talking today, and you said Arthur Smith already, and I know that Falcons. That's one. Bing.
Yeah.
Why is there white stuff behind it?
Yeah, it's like a glare.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's probably is that the green screen?
There's a glare through the window from the sun.
Yeah, we're gonna need a zoom in.
Oh.
We're gonna need a big old zoom in.
This is the only thing we had planned for the podcast. Everything else was just kind of came to us here, but this is the only thing we had. Zoom in.
Yeah. Can you just zoom in over there? We don't have to. Okay, this is gonna be rough.
Scroll
I cannot
through
see
this thing here.
Like that. We can zoom in over here too.
Can I? Does team or name? Can I do either?
Just do what you can do.
But does it count if I know the team, but I don't know the guy's name? That should count for
I might
something.
have zoomed in too much.
No, that's good.
Who's that first guy there?
That's Brandon Staley, whatever.
Staley. What team?
Chargers, obviously.
Okay. This
Yeah.
one you're not gonna get.
I know that's Pete's favorite.
Oh yeah.
Stable.
And what team does he coach?
Giants. Come on,
The
guys.
New York Football
The
Giants.
football Giants. That's disrespectful.
Who's this guy right here?
Shanahan, Niners. Then we got McDaniels,
Getting
Raiders. This is Arthur Smith.
Arthur,
I can't miss that neck from
pasty.
anywhere.
That neck.
Oh boy. Oh, this next one's gonna be questionable.
This one?
Mhm.
Oh my god, it should be one of the
He's one of the
easiest
best
ones.
coaches in the league.
Oh, it's Tomlin looks so weird without a hat on. What the heck? His forehead is huge. Holy moly. Next one. Ooh, I want to say Todd Bowles.
That's
It is
correct.
Todd
Bowles.
Bowles. Let's go,
Oh,
Buccaneers.
Look at that next one.
Oh, Dan Campbell.
you
Love him.
can't. You gotta know Dan Campbell there.
Oh, this
Biting kneecaps.
Oh, boy.
New coach.
I know. It's one of the Eagles coordinators, I think, right?
No.
No, it's not the one.
You want to come back to it?
Yeah, can I circle back?
You can circle back. We'll allow it.
How tan is this guy, huh? Jets, Robert, I don't know how to say his last name. Salah?
Yeah.
Salah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, look at this Peck Daddy.
Peck down.
Woo! This guy's been hitting the bench. Eberflus.
Eberflus.
Eber. This is the Eagles coordinator, D coordinator.
No.
No.
Close. You got half of that right.
Is their offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
So he's the Colts coach.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this next one is weird.
Shane Steichen is his name.
Yeah, his name is
Shane
Shane Steichen. What a
Steichen.
weird name.
Stoichen.
Doug Peterson, D'Amico Ryans, know them.
Right
Guy
here,
in the brown. Who's this guy in the brown? I'll circle back to him as well.
All right, 2 to circle back
Yeah,
to on the
circle
top
back to him as
row.
well.
Okay.
I saw where you zoomed, man. I saw it.
It wasn't even on purpose.
We got Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
No,
Pete, watch out.
I know.
Pete, cover it up, dude. Come
Cover
on.
it up, Pete.
Thank you.
All right,
We're going to get banned for showing that
Okay.
thing. That
Sean
fucking-
McDermott. Who's this guy?
When I first saw this picture, this was the one where I like really had to think. This is the only one. I can go through and rapid fire every single one, but this is the one where I was like,
LaFleur's the next one. McVay, Sean Payton, Riverboat Ron, Andy Reid, Belichick, Harbaugh, Pete Carroll. Oh my God, he looks blockhead. Stefanski, Mike McDaniels,
McDaniel.
whatever. Chase Daniels.
Chase Daniel.
This is phew.
Yeah, Jonathan Gannon.
Yep.
You're not gonna get
Cardinals. Oh, McCarthy. I mean, he takes up
McCarthy.
7 seats.
7 seats. I mean, so does Sean Payton Schlong. He takes
All right. Okay. All right.
So a couple seats
Which one
there.
did I miss? This guy?
Right
Three of
here.
them.
Ooh, this guy.
This 1 and 2 on the top row.
Can you give me the AFC and NFC?
NFC.
NFC?
Yeah.
Let's go back to one of my other circle backs, huh?
All right. Right here.
Oh, God.
And what was the other one?
The brown sweatshirt.
quarter zip guy.
Oh.
Boy, one of these three is the D coordinator from the Eagles,
No,
you
that was
got it.
Gannon. Pew pew.
and I already got the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that
one,
was
too?
Steichen
Steichen.
right here.
Oh.
We had to tell you Steichen, but you knew.
I knew he was the offensive coordinator. This is rough, guys.
Come on.
It's only 3. I did pretty good.
Okay, or
Is that it?
we'll start to give you some hints. So this guy, and what was the other one? All right.
Is that Vrabel?
No,
Vrabel's
that's not
not in
Vrabel.
there.
Vrabel's not in there. For
Why
some
is he
reason.
not here?
He's just too cool for the picture.
So 2 are NFC, 1's AFC. 1 is the Bengals coach. 1.
Oh, Zach Taylor.
Which one is he?
Let me see go to the Brown. That's him.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
All right, and the last 2 are NFC coaches. 1 is from the NFC North, and
The
one is
NFC
from
North?
and 1 is from the NFC South.
Oh, who's your guy? That's definitely your guy. Yeah. That's
What's his name?
what's his name? I want to say McConnell, but I don't know if that's right.
Kevin O'Connell.
O'Connell. All right. That was
Kobe
close.
O'Brien.
Kobe O'Brien. All right. And this guy's also NFC, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, when I first saw this picture, I tested myself, and I was literally rapid fire through the whole thing, and I got to him, and I'm like, God, I had to think through
NFC.
teams. I had to think through teams, and once I thought of the team, I'm like, that's him, but it doesn't really fully
You
look.
know who else is not in this photo?
Who's that?
Sirianni.
He's not. He still was a little upset
He's
about the Super
crying
Bowl.
still.
Oh. Or the anthem. Which one?
Yeah, the anthem.
Yeah.
He wasn't not about losing, just the
Okay.
anthem.
NFC.
It's really like if you look at a picture of this guy. I mean,
There's 3 coaches missing, right? There was 3. It was
Sirianni, Vrabel.
Sirianni, and Frank Reich.
Oh yeah.
like if you look at a
NFC.
picture of this guy, it's like really doesn't look like him a whole lot. Or when I see him on, I mean, a little like something with the ears. The ears look a little bigger than I thought. Maybe because I see a
NFC.
headset on him. I didn't realize his ears were a little big, or maybe it's just the picture, a little wide, maybe.
Oh, Saints coach
Yeah,
Dennis. And is it still Dennis Allen?
it's
Yeah.
Dennis Allen.
Let's
yeah.
go.
Got
Let's
it.
go. Let's go.
He got it. He's done it.
Guys, I did not think I can do that. Whew.
You did it.
I had a little help on one
Kevin
of them.
O'Connell. You couldn't get Kevin O'Connell.
Well, he was a new coach last year. I mean, so was
Well, he
Dennis
looks
Allen.
weird.
Zach Taylor.
There's a reason why O'Connell wears his hat. Let me tell you that. He needs to go down that Brian Urlacher program.
Brick wall.
If you're
Back to the brick wall.
if you're going bald, you need to jump on the plugs ASAP or just buzz it. Make up your mind. My dad is hanging on to his hair for dear life.
Dear life.
Shave his head.
More of those edibles should help.
No, I told him shave his head.
You want to give an ad read about Liquid IV?
Liquid IV.
Here.
I mean, before I
Here's the ad read right
did you
here.
actually write it? I gotta read this.
Yeah, read that. To put you on the spot here.
All right. Before I started Liquid IV, I was a 300-pound man. After taking Liquid IV, I have dropped 170 pounds, and I've never been more athletic in my life. I owe all this to Liquid IV. Thanks, Liquid IV. Oh, you blocked my thumbs up.
There it is. Made it a little bigger.
All right.
Is that it?
Pete, your turn.
My turn.
Get in there.
This is a blank page.
There's nothing
What do you
on
think
there.
mine was?
The ad
What do you
read.
think mine
Yours
was?
was the ad read. You flipped the page.
Come on now. Come on now.
Code GOAT, 20% off Liquid IV. They got a new flavor.
What is it?
It's what was it?
Strawberry
How can you
lemonade.
say
Strawberry
lemonade.
lemonade.
It was
I
good.
drank
It
it
was
too.
really
I'll
good.
give you some. I got
Yeah,
some
I'd like
samples. Yes, I will give you. You try it.
Inject it into my veins.
And next week you give us another ad read and just give us your experience with the strawberry lemonade, new flavor.
I'm just gonna ask just random people in my life to write me an ad read, and I'm gonna read them.
every week.
I'm not gonna read it until the show.
Yeah.
We should probably go over this. What our schedule is for this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That'd be a good.
It was on the screen the whole time though.
Right, but we should let them know. Kind of walk through it. How we
First episode of each month, which is this one's the first one we've done. We're back with the podcast
on Fridays.
on Fridays. That one will be up on the channel for everyone. There's now a podcast section on YouTube channels, which is pretty cool. Made us kind of bring this back. And then weekly episodes for our paid followers, whether it's a Twitter subscriber, if you're a YouTube member, which I've updated what comes with that as well, or if you're a Patreon member, which I would suggest people. I like Twitter subs or the new YouTube members a little bit more, but if you're a member on any of those, with that extra support that keeps us going here. I mean, without those people, without your views, but without those people as well, and their generosity, is that a word? I don't think I've said that.
Generosity, that's a good word.
That's a good
man.
word choice.
You are the smart
We
one.
wouldn't be able to keep going. So they will get an episode every single week. Everyone else gets one like this every month, but of course we have our constant content on the channel for everyone, of course, and we'll be live during day one of the NFL draft. That is 3 weeks from yesterday. We'll be live right here on YouTube, interacting with the chat for day one, and then I'll be on Twitter with instant analysis on day 2 and 3 like we always are. So we got a lot going on here, a lot of content, adding the podcast to it. We're adding bonus content to all of our paid followers too. So yeah, a lot going on. Been digging into the film lately, pretty much through all the offensive players, onto the defense, and we're cutting it close here. Free agency just kept me really busy.
Whoa. You all right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Whoa.
Need some more fiber.
No,
Fiber.
try probiotic, man. I'm really all in.
I was taking probiotics up until the other day, but it was stopping me up. I think too many of them.
You know what you got to do? You know what I used to do?
Like I didn't poop for like 3 days, and it's
Back
still,
into the digestion
and now
talk.
it's still not fully coming out. You know, it's.
When I used to be at a bad place with my digestion. It was very ugly. It was bad. So I'd get to a point where on Fridays I would take laxatives, and just because I wanted just to clear out, clear house. You know what I mean?
I think I've only cleared house one time in my life.
Let me tell you something. I would take.
Well, it was like milk of magnesium or whatever.
What?
Is that what it is?
Magnesia?
No, I would take
Magnesia? I don't know. What it
I don't
is.
even know what it was, but I would take a laxative and an edible, and
I
then
don't-
they would meet. They'd hit me at the same time.
Up or down?
Yeah, probably more down. But there was one point where I wasn't going anywhere for the night, and I literally took 2 laxatives and an edible. And I'm playing 2K, and I'm in the middle of a game, and I have to go, and I was like, I got to wait till then. I can't pause this game. It's online. So at the end of the game, I get up. I can't even stand straight up. That's how bad I had to go. And I was
If you stood straight up, would it pour it out?
definitely would have just shot.
Oh man!
And I was shaking trying to get to the bathroom.
See, your mistake was no diaper.
No,
If you take laxative, just in case, you put the diaper on.
It would be up my back. It'd be literally up my back. So that walk to the bathroom was so painful, and it was like, oh my god, I hate that we're talking about this because it's disgusting.
It's good content,
but it's true.
good, clean,
guys.
family fun.
You need a. Let me tell you, as you get older, all you young guns and you young bucks.
This is good.
There's the two pieces of advice I have. Stay limber, stretch. Number 1. Number 2, figure out your digestion.
All right, that's the name of the podcast
That's what
episode.
you gotta
Stay
do.
limber, stretch.
Yes.
Actually, I don't know. What's the name of the podcast? That's
Clean
gonna be the.
house. What did you say? Clear
Clean house with the goat house.
Clean
Did
house.
you say clean or clear?
I said I got to clear.
You think you said clear, but clean house sounds better.
I mean, I was clean after that. It was. I have never. It was soup, guys.
It's gonna be.
It was. It was.
What do I name the
disgusting.
podcast? Like multiple titles. Like let's talk about Anthony Richardson, Clean House, and
Wait, the title of the episode itself. What should we
Yeah.
call the whole podcast?
this is just the Goat House podcast.
No, I think we should do because we had a Goat House podcast.
Yeah.
This we should do like something.
Well, the intro
podcast.
didn't the intro start with this, so we're just lying to them at that point.
Yeah, I mean it's a
We
fluid
probably
situation.
should have just. It's a fluid situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. We might just change it every single episode.
Is that the title of the episode?
What?
It's a fluid situation.
Fluid situation.
Or Clean
Every
House.
every single week we should have a new name for the podcast. Can we play a drinking game next week?
We could.
Legitimately play let's
Well, only the paid followers are going to be able to see that.
right.
thing.
That's good. That's good.
I might post some clips on Twitter.
Yeah.
Just our regular followers on Twitter, not sub. The subs get the podcast every week and extra NFL content. Same with the other ones as well. But yeah,
They see us in our sober states. I think we got to give them what they want. I think they want Goat House unhinged. Is what they want.
okay.
And I think we can provide that for them.
We can't really promote that stuff though. Like,
We can just play a drinking game. They don't got it. It's for the one that doesn't go on YouTube. We could
I
promote.
mean, they
whatever
all
we
go
want.
on YouTube. There's some are just private. Some
Right.
are-
So the private ones, we could do whatever we want. It's open season.
Okay.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
Like next week, I'll probably come in here baked.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield.
Baked or maybe
Baked.
Baked or Mayfield.
baked.
No, baked or.
Baked Mayfield.
Baked Mayfield.
That's me.
That's the next week's podcast episode. This one is, what is it? Clean House? Clear House?
Yeah.
And,
Digestion.
or should it
Topic
have
Junior.
multiple names, like, so they get an idea of what's coming in the episode. Like,
We had Anthony Richardson.
let's talk
we
about
had-
Anthony
we had Lamar
Richardson.
Jackson.
I think it should. I think,
Justin Fields. It was a
the
little
Bears.
bit quarterback talk.
but I think that it needs to be something that like, kind of confuses them, but makes them want to click. Like the title of this should
when we
be.
used to have our old podcast, we had that our best episode ever, which I forgot what we even talked about, but I remember it was our best episode ever, and I remember it was titled Butt Stuff.
Yes.
Butt
Like that. Like I would click on that. I'd be like, what are they?
What are they-
I got to I got to know what they talk
I-
about.
Click on it. You, like,
I was at the gym, and this lady that works there, she was talking to me, and she
About
was
butt stuff.
she said she was doing butt stuff, but she was talking about like she was working out her butt. So I instantly, since we say butt
How did
stuff,
you keep a straight face?
I didn't. I started laughing,
Oh.
and then she started laughing. 'Cause she knew
Oh.
it. She realized what she said then.
Interesting.
Because we say butt stuff, like we use the term butt stuff all the time, just to be funny. But so I thought that was funny.
Right. It's just to be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Totally.
Totally. Just
We
butt-
should name this episode Anthony Richardson shower thoughts. That should just be
tub
the name.
time. Anthony
Tub
Richardson.
time
tub
with Anthony Richardson.
tub time.
Well, that sounds like Richardson's here with us, like he's a guest, like he's here.
Sure, that's exactly why this is what we're doing.
No, that's it's a little too misleading.
It's deception.
A little bit.
Okay.
Tub time with
Mike
Junior.
McCarthy. Oh,
Mike McCarthy.
do you think he
With
fits in
Sean
a tub
Payton.
Yeah, that's the title. Anthony Richardson
with Sean's Payton?
with Sean's Payton. No, Anthony Richardson shower thoughts, clean house or clear house, whatever it is, and Sean Payton's schlong.
Can we talk about how some of these there are certain coaches that can just disguise a weirdo for
Yeah.
years?
Yeah, I think you have to be a weirdo to be an NFL coach.
No, they disguise players that are weirdos. Like for years, Tomlin did it with Antonio Brown. No one knew until he left how weird he was. It's not like he got weird once he left. He was weird that whole time. And then someone like a Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson was the coolest, the baddest man on the planet, the coolest dude. Everyone let Russ cook. Oh my God! As soon as he just what?
I think
happened?
everyone knew he was corny, but then as soon as he started sucking on top of being corny,
But corny is fake. I think that's how he is. You can't
you
just
can-
be corny if that's how you are.
if you're fake but you're winning and you're really good, and it really people don't really care, they don't really notice. But he was stinking it up.
But
Stinking
I don't-
it up this year.
I don't.
I
think
thought
he
you
can
liked
turn off what he is.
the video where he's like with the remote. I thought that was your favorite.
with the remote.
I'm pretty sure you like tweeted it or something.
What?
I could
You're
be
probably
losing my mind.
baked. You're probably
My
baked.
my
you're
Twitter
probably
account
baked your
is
Mayfield.
so messed up, dude.
Did we just take a look at your? Oh, there's all our tests.
You're probably baked your Mayfield.
Dude, half of my tweets are baked, dude.
Full baked.
Justin Fields.
This tweet I was so proud of, but it never got any traction.
Jaws back.
Yeah, I was so happy with this.
I would think you'd want to participate in a shoot around. Interesting, something to keep an eye on for sure. That was a good one.
I thought that
Something
one
to
was
keep
going to blow up the internet, and it just didn't.
Got 4
The
likes.
cringiest video ever. This one.
Oh, this is yeah.
This is the coolest dude in the world. No one can convince me otherwise.
Yeah, that's true though. Look at this.
Yeah. He's just holding a remote.
wearing
starts-
his own polo.
Yeah, and he starts playing the guitar. What is he even doing? What is he doing?
I don't.
Doing
then you're-
TikTok.
You were letting me. Yeah, we're on TikTok now. Should we make one?
No, I'm
dance?
not a TikTok guy.
It's always something to keep an eye on.
With the eye emojis.
I just try to keep you in the loop. If I see something, I don't know if you got it or not. I like to keep you in the loop.
Something would be right on brand.
That's the something
For the
with
Jets.
Derek
Yeah,
Carr
yeah,
to
yeah.
the Jets. Didn't happen.
nope.
Didn't happen. Well, he wasn't predicting it. All right.
This is true.
Area 52
Right.
in Montana.
You want to hear something wild? My barber.
You were right there. Chiefs by a billion. Well, they didn't win by a billion, but you were right about the Chiefs winning.
I know, guys. I know.
I know.
Something to keep an eye on.
What is this one?
Hiring Josh McCown. I mean, it really was because now he's helping pick the quarterback.
And they made the trade.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Breaking news left and right.
This was a big one, too. We have to click on it to see, but I remember it. It was Bayless Jones bought a jugs machine.
Go.
Yep.
It's kind of getting cut off. He bought it. Bayless Jones Jr. on the Bears bought a jugs machine. Huge news.
I don't know what, like.
Nobody else is finding this news for people besides you.
I'm breaking news.
Yeah.
Side report.
I'm
Back
just
in the
promoting
day.
my guy, Dan.
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah.
Not part of the podcast. Unbelievable.
Well, he's always in our hearts. Always.
That is true.
I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, my Twitter account is weird.
Yeah. We probably should call Dan on one of these episodes, but you might need a heads up
No.
just to get his thoughts.
No.
Should you want to call him right now?
Should I call him?
Think he's going to answer?
Yeah, he'll answer.
Does he? He doesn't even know what we're doing right now.
I'll let him know right away he's on the podcast.
You're on the air. Thoughts on
What's the question? What should I ask?
rapid fire thoughts on? It's probably got to be something Bears related, but
Just
they.
ask him about his digestion health.
How's your gut health been?
Hey, you're on the air. How's your gut health, Ben?
Yeah, let's give him a call.
Make sure you put the. Is it on speaker? And
Yep, we're here.
I don't think he's gonna answer.
He'll answer. Oh, he's gonna not answer. Huh? He better answer me. I swear to God.
Oh,
Are you
no.
serious?
He forwarded you to.
He texted me. He's eating dinner, guys.
He's eating
Oh.
dinner. God, that would have been good next week. But then
Wait.
everyone's not gonna see it. Then it's only gonna be the. It's why they're gonna have to sign up for the Twitter subs.
I texted him see if I can give him a call real quick.
Twitter subs. If you're a Twitter subscribe, you're a Twitter follower, we love you. If you're a subscriber, we love you even more. You get the bonus content. You get the podcast episodes every week. YouTube members.
Should I call my mom? No, that would be bad. I can't do that. She would embarrass me out of my mind. I can't do that.
That'd
This
be good,
lady's
though.
wild. Dude.
It'd be good. What would you ask her?
How her digestion's been.
How's her digestion?
Is that something you want her to talk about on the air? I think you just said you don't. I don't think you would like that.
Well, I would like that because it's not talking about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be. Well, let's see if there's anybody I can call.
This is the strangest NFL podcast that ever.
I got no one I can
You
call.
got no
guys.
one?
I can call Pete.
That's who you got in your contacts. You got
What
Dan,
about-
your
what
mom,
about,
and Pete.
What
That's
about
all.
sports guy Paul?
He works for ESPN now.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
He's I'd give him a call, but I don't know if he would
Sports
answer.
guy Paul from ESPN.
ESPN.
He works at ESPN, so he'd be a good guy to get info about his digestion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the guy you want to call.
Yeah,
About
but I've
those
never.
things.
Dan said I can text him, so should I ask him how his digestion's been?
He's gonna be like, what?
You're on the air.
I'm gonna say, how's your digestive health?
And your thoughts on the Bears for the season?
Um,
I don't think he's gonna answer in time.
what in time for what?
I don't know. We might be wrapping this up
Episode's gonna
soon.
be,
Yeah, let's just get this real quick. I told him I'm reading his next text word for word. So whatever he answers. this text-
Does he know we're on the air?
Yeah. He's well aware.
Okay.
well,
I can. No.
I had a dream the other day. So usually with my dreams lately, like they kind of make sense, in terms of like it's not completely out of left field, right field. What's the term? Center field. It's definitely
no,
not
it's
center.
left or
field.
right.
It's left
Yeah.
or right. It's not center. But I had a dream the other day. My dream was me waking up, but I didn't actually wake up. It was the dream. Woke up and I looked out the window, and I'm upstairs, right? I look out the window,
Right.
and there's a black cat just on the outside the window, just on like hanging on the window, sitting on the window. Black cat. And he's just walking around.
Is there like a ledge for the?
There's a ledge,
Okay.
and I guess cats are. It's pretty high up, but I guess cats are a little nimble. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
And then I just woke up for real. But I was like, all right, so why was there that was just a random dream, super random, and does that mean something? Like, should I be concerned? A black cat?
yeah.
Like, if it was like a different colored cat, then I would be like, that's super weird.
Or
But right now I'm like, or a duck, yeah. Right now I'm like, it's super weird, but should I be concerned? It was a black cat. I don't own a cat. I don't see cats. Like, there really is no reason for that to happen on that. And I remember usually you kind of forget dreams, they fade away a little bit. This one was so quick, and I just remember, like, I can picture the cat right now. Black cat, pitch black.
Wait,
I was trying to think about what I want to talk about on the podcast. I've been pretty quiet over here, but we're ending this thing. Should we save it for next week? I just remembered now.
I have Dan's answers. Should I read these and then you go?
No, just let's give these Dan answers here.
Would you like to read it?
No, you
got
got
it.
Yeah, I got it. All right. He said digestive health is strong. Bowels are strong.
Oh.
Mental stamina through the roof. I didn't ask about his mental stamina, but he could just throw that in there.
I mean, it's good.
Bears are still rebuilding, so I'm not expecting a Super Bowl. I am.
Yeah.
So love our offseason so far and looking forward to see our players take the next step.
That's a good
all he's got
response.
for me.
That's good stuff right there.
All right, Pete, you want to wrap it?
Do you want to do it?
What do you got for us, Pete?
So let's talk about Will Levis. We should have brought this up with Anthony Richardson. We're talking about Will Levis, though. Couple things. What's up with the mayo in the coffee? Like, what's going on with that?
Wait, he puts mayo in his coffee?
in his coffee.
And he eats bananas like whole. Like, he doesn't peel the banana, he just eats it.
Like, is that something you would like?
He doesn't like milk? Was that a real thing?
Is that a negative? Is that and he doesn't? He's. I guess he's like. I don't know if it's real. He's like deathly afraid of milk.
Well, I don't drink milk anymore, so
Puts mayo in his coffee instead of milk.
Why can't he just drink black coffee?
Is that something you would like? You'd scratch him off your board for?
No.
Or? Then also the other thing I want to talk about.
he
is
looks
like,
good in shorts.
He's like all of a sudden he's just like he keeps posting on social media how ripped and jacked he is. Like,
Does he say that?
Yeah, he's like talking about.
I'm so
that mayo?
jacked.
Like, is that another negative right there? Because like he's just posting that stuff, and also is he getting too big to play quarterback?
Yeah.
What's his diet looking like?
Mayo.
Yeah, a lot of mayo. I mean, I don't know.
This is what's weird is that I am deathly afraid of mayo.
Yeah, I'm not interested in mayo.
I have a weird problem. I'm trying. Like I grew up a picky eater, and I'm really trying to beat it. It's like a disease at this point.
I'm in the same boat.
And I literally am so scared of any white sauce.
White sauce.
I refuse to touch anything.
Like
no
ranch.
no Alfredo sauce.
Alfredo is the one exception.
Oh.
See, I don't
One
want either.
exception.
I'm not doing ranch. I'm not doing Alfredo.
You want to know what's weird is I hate ranch, but I never tried it. But my mind says I hate ranch. My favorite chip is Cool Ranch Doritos.
Oh my god.
I'm in the same boat. I don't like ranch, but I like
and
Cool Ranch
sunflower
too.
seeds.
You guys-
The ranch flavor, I love them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you guys should think about this. Like, you two are the picky eaters. I'm not. I don't have any digestive issues. You two got digestive issues. So what do you think is
Can
leading?
you write me a diet?
What do you think is leading to those digestive issues?
Do you put mayo in your coffee?
No, I do not put mayo in my coffee.
Do you drink coffee?
I do drink coffee.
Oh, what an black coffee?
Not black coffee.
I don't think coffee's good for you though, right?
It is.
Is
A
it?
natural fat burner. Caffeine is.
I don't need a
but
fat burner.
It's good
Fat
for you.
I'm
burner.
trying to gain weight.
Oh, then just drink beer.
I keep telling people I'm trying to gain weight, drink beer.
Yeah.
I keep telling people. Well, first I keep telling people I'm trying to gain weight, and they go, "Well, just wait till you hit 30. You're gonna start gaining like crazy." I'm like, "I'm 31. I'm not gaining. I might be losing right now." And they go, "You don't need to gain weight. Like you're like I think I'm underweight, but I'm just trying to gain, man."
You guys got nothing on the Will Levis stuff? That's all I want to talk about.
I think that it's first of all, I think that
There's a
it's,
lot. I gave you a lot there.
this is what I say. If you're deathly afraid of milk, that's okay. My bowels
Milk's,
are too.
I've heard milk's not supposed to be like dairies. Humans aren't supposed to consume dairy.
I was in a dairy plant for work.
Yeah.
Never drink milk.
Do they pack fudge there?
Never. Let me. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna look right in the camera. Never drink milk.
All right. Stretch, stay limber. Was that it?
And never drink milk.
And then it was something else. Digestive health. Keep it
take
intact,
care of your gut health.
and never drink milk. What did you see, man?
There was milk everywhere.
Why? What does that have to do with
Does that-
anything?
does that mean-
It's disgusting. The
Like they
facility was disgusting.
Like, were they like you said? There's milk everywhere. Like, where's everywhere?
I'm walking in milk.
Were they putting that in the bottles though?
No, but it was just spraying everywhere. The machines were disgusting. I was like, this is, and it was Prairie Farms. Probably shouldn't just out them right here on the air, but I did.
Yeah, we're
never
gonna be
getting
in
the
trouble
sponsor.
for that.
Yeah, I don't want a milk sponsor. Good
We're
riddance.
Liquid IV
I'd
sponsors.
take a milk sponsor.
No, Pete.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. But Will Levis.
Yeah.
He's confident in who he is, right?
But he's like all of a sudden obsessed. Like it was almost like the way he posted his picture. He's like
I thought I looked ripped, so I posted.
Well, I forgot how it was, but he's like it's almost like he just started to take his like workout and his diet serious and like look at the results. Like why weren't you doing this the whole time?
If you're eating mayo every day, you don't take your diet serious. So let's
Yeah.
be honest. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. He is a specimen of a human being who is just an athletic, genetic freak.
Let's
so
figure out the Will Levis diet. We should go on it.
Yeah.
It would help our digestive health, and we might get ripped.
Is it though? I mean, maybe the coffee and mayo mixture. Maybe that doesn't help. Maybe,
It's disgusting.
Maybe we
Yeah,
have
I'm not doing that.
Maybe we gotta call him up and see what his digestive.
We'll call him next
health
week,
is.
live on the air. That's so gross.
Can I
Do you think
DM Will Levis?
Do you think he's getting too jacked to play the quarterback position? You think that's gonna be a problem for him to make the throws and for the longevity of his career?
Who's the most jacked quarterback ever?
I'm following Will Levis. I can't DM him. Hopefully he follows back, and then I can DM him. He's not gonna follow back.
Guys, who's the most jacked QB ever?
Do you know one on the top of your
No.
head?
Thinking.
I'd have to really think about this.
I mean, Drew Brees is
I mean,
ripped.
Cam Newton was pretty jacked at one point.
Cam's up
He's
there.
pretty built,
Yeah, but I'm saying like
ripped,
just
like
ripped and big.
so, like kind of cut.
Yeah. Who is it?
Not too many of them.
No.
I mean, they're all pretty. We never really see them with their shirts off, right? Like RG3, I'd imagine, was pretty damn cut because he was lean.
Yep. Lean and mean.
I mean, a lot of them are like built, but yeah, which ones are like ripped?
None.
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
Cousins look like he got a little more cut with those chains on,
No.
but he's definitely not in
He's
consideration.
fluffy.
He's not that fluffy.
He's
pretty
fluffy.
lean. Pretty lean.
See what I'm saying? Like he might be
Pete,
getting too big to play quarterback.
I'm in, Pete. I'm all in. I'm in on your theory here,
I
Pete.
mean, Anthony Richardson's huge.
Yeah, he's yoked.
He's huge.
What are they putting in the food for these kids? You know,
I think it's the water.
when I was a kid, I didn't get this kind of food.
Well, I think it's the
You
food.
see-
I think they're just injecting.
Well, you see, like most of the pros in the NFL, like come from like Fort Lauderdale area. Like, what the hell is going on down there?
Wait, for real?
Yeah, like most NFL players, like you take where they're from, and it's like a big chunk of NFL players are from like that area, like Fort Lauderdale. What else is over there? Like, it's kind of Miami. It's pretty close, but it's mainly like Fort Lauderdale. And then like the next most is like some city in Texas or California or Georgia, something like that. But it's where the 5-star recruits, I guess, come from. But something with Fort Lauderdale, that area, something weird's going on. And there's quite a few from Tampa too, that area. But something's in the water, or maybe getting more sun is pretty big because you're looking at Florida, Texas, California.
Right. Oh, you made me think about it when you said he eats the bananas whole. I know a guy. You guys know him too.
Sean Payton?
Nope.
Oh, you're
This
talking
guy,
about bananas.
He eats shrimp, tail and all.
Tail and all.
Yeah. And that is like in my head, as a guy who's pro digestion,
Here's a
I can't
guy.
even imagine how that feels coming out. It's about like needles.
Needles.
You know what I'm saying?
Think it would break down at all? Or?
Would you rather pee out a marble
Oh,
No,
or
not
poop
that.
out a watermelon?
Oh,
A
no.
watermelon?
Yeah. You got to pick one, dude.
I think you're gonna die from the watermelon actually.
Yeah.
So I gotta go with the
we'll go
marble.
cantaloupe then.
Cantaloupe.
Still pretty big,
That's
but we won't
big.
go full
I
watermelon.
think you're dying from that.
Yeah.
And the outside of a cantaloupe is kind of like rough.
Just something that size. It doesn't have to be an actual. You're not like how is it full?
I think
cantaloupe
you're
coming out?
dying from that's like this big. I think you're dying from that. I think your asshole. I think your beehole is in trouble. I think your beehole is in big
Hey, we made
trouble.
it how long to the first swear?
I mean, asshole, is that really a swear?
It
I
is.
guess. Yeah.
Beehole.
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 Sorry.
Clean house, beehole. That's the episode. That's what it is. But I think you have to. I think the like piss on a marble is kind of like the passing a kidney stone, maybe. Or no, you don't
Kidney
pass
stone
it.
is
You piss
way
it.
smaller.
Is it?
Way smaller.
Marble's pretty small.
Marble's like this.
Yeah, marble's pretty big.
Yeah.
That would hurt.
I think you're dying from the cantaloupe coming out your poop chute. These are
Why?
questions we
Wait,
need.
Why would you
beehole.
die?
This is questions we need for Will Levis when he's on the.
Yeah.
Just ask. He's gonna expect like draft questions, like football questions. That we're gonna be asking about his diet and his beehole.
No, we'll just every other question, we will ask him like, oh, we'll go football question.
And then B gap.
Curveball.
B gap question.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
C
eventually
gap.
we'll figure it out.
No, B gap. B hole, B gap.
Oh.
Oh.
Would you rather poop out a cantaloupe, or would you rather squeeze out a cantaloupe from from the B gap, or would you rather
Oh boy.
squirt out a marble from the C gap?
What?
What? Yeah. What's C?
B gap. The C gap's the
Oh. Yeah.
COCK.
Drew?
This is getting out of control.
Yeah. Out of hand.
I think it's
Put
gonna
your
wrap it up.
testicles in the C gap.
Yeah, classic. All right. So
See you
yeah,
guys next week.
yeah. See you guys next week. Well, we'll see some people next week.
Can we fade to black?
We can do one of these. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.